Right, I'm going to show you how to make a very quick, fairly straightforward bloomer loaf, which is the only two pieces of equipment that you really need is a dough hook or a mixer with a dough hook that saves you having to knead the dough, and a baking tray. They're the only two pieces of equipment that you really need. For those people who are fortunate enough to find flour or have flour, it's quite a straightforward method. The only two time consuming bits are when you have to let the bread prove for about 2 or 3 hours here and there. But other than that, it's very straightforward. I'm going to use this very strong bread flour. Ordinarily I'd just use normal white strong bread flour, but this is all they had in the supermarket. So we need 500 grams of that, which I'm going to weigh out now. So that's 500. We've got 40 millilitres of olive oil. You can use ordinary oil, but this is best. And then we've got 320 millilitres of tepid water. And then we've got 10 grams of salt. And then we've also got 7 grams of yeast. You have to make sure that these go either side, because otherwise the salt reacts with the yeast. So they put the salt that side. So the salt's over there, and the yeast, which is 7 grams of yeast. It has to be quick acting yeast. Some of them you have to mix with the water. This one you just put directly in there, like so. And then we put that in the mixer. And you're going to mix it on a slow speed for about 5 minutes. So okay, so that's been going about 5 minutes. I'm just going to take it out now. If I can get it out, there you go. Just put a little bit of bread flour onto the bench as well, just to stop it sticking. So I'm just going to basically try and create a ball or a round shape. So that's about right. I'm going to put it back into the mixing bowl. Just like that, and then I'm going to cover it with cling film, like so. Okay, so we've covered that, and we're going to leave it just at room temperature for an hour or 2 hours, depending, until it's doubled in size. So that's proved for just over an hour now, and it's doubled in size. So then we're going to take that out carefully. To work all the dough out with your hand. So I've made that into a sort of elongated shape. You just push the sides under like that, and I'll move that to the baking tray. Like so, like that, and then we leave that on the side for another hour on the side with some cling film over the top of it. After it's been about half an hour, preheat the oven to about 220 degrees. Okay, so the bread has been proven for over an hour now. As you can see, it's risen a bit. The only reason it's got a bit of dimples in it is because the cling film slightly stuck to it, but that's not a problem. I've put half filled this baking tray with some boiling water, and that basically forms the crust on the bread. So I'm going to put that into the oven, which I've preheated. Just be careful. Okay. So again, we're going to start doing the crust. So what I've got here is just some normal water, which you just spray onto the top of the loaf like that. And then again some bread flour. Just put that on there, and then we'll rub it in. And that will just create the crust. And then we use the knife just to score the top of it, like so. Just pull it once through. Like that. And then that goes into the oven at 220 degrees for 25 minutes, and then take it out, have a look at it, and then it goes in for another 15 minutes, and you can just have a look at it and see what it looks like. There you go, that's been in, that's done. Just leave that there, and then I'll put that on the cooling wire to rest. What you can do is cut the bread up into slices and freeze all of it quite happily, and it will last for around a month in the freezer.